Welcome. This is David Boles, Human Meme. Today's topic: when most I play the devil. But then I sigh, and with a piece of scripture, tell them that God bids us do good for evil. And thus I clothe my naked villainy with odd old ends stolen out of Holy Writ, and seem a saint when most I play the devil. Enter two murderers. Richard III, Act 1, Scene 3. Evildoers. They're all around us. This is nothing new or obtuse. We've discussed this in the past, right here on this Human Meme podcast. And we continue to talk about evildoers until they stop influencing us and they stop making the news. We've always known there is a darkness among us, but today, now, that evil is emboldened by forces we cannot destruct. Because the evildoers are made of nothing but inanimate fear and loathing. Religion, nationalism, cruelty, wealth, conservatism. When these evildoers are legitimized in society, propped up by a biased media that pretends to present both sides of a sorry story, but is really fearful of the conservative power. And then, when all that our mainstream media are doing is spreading convenient lies that pretend to surface the truth, when all that is really happening is the erosion of trust and belonging between people, and our society disintegrates. It didn't used to be this way. There was a time when people who lied and used their religion and their power and their politics to cover their inhuman sins, well, those people were ostracized and destroyed in the public square by the pressure of humiliation and the expectation of getting along with everyone else. But today, those very evildoers are leading us and pretending to be righteous when they are nothing but mottled flesh in a bell jar. Now, we may be able to forgive the insane king, the monarch who knows not what he does because of paranoia and ill-thinking. But what about those around him who are perfectly cogent and sane and who prop up the mad king and offer no apologies and who pretend the king is actually righteous instead of evil? And those who race to the front of the line for pontification, punctuation, and puncturing must never be trusted. And those subsequent evildoers are not doing their service in the name of country or power, but in the fealty of slavery to wealth. And while we hate to discuss politics and religion and this sort of evil doing, all of this is now a part of our human meme nature. Our human meme nature of sharing knowledge that makes us people and not slaves or automatons or mannequins in a display window. We, the us of us, do not live in a vacuum. We try to live and breathe and get on with the business of our day, without losing the little bits of who we are and the dust of what defines us along the way. And yet, my friend, we are constantly faced with, barraged with, evildoers who know they are evil, and they know that we are kind. And they delight in making us as filthy as they are in the depths. And instead of fighting back with power and fire and grace and our own moral ammunition, we instead have tried to ignore them. And we have tried to get along with them. And we have even tried to make peace with them. And all of that is precisely what they want. They demand our attention, and they require our emotion as they suck the life out of us by proxy. And by parallel, regimented, assembled assaults against the honest guts of us. And they are winning. And we are unwell. We are infected, and we have become mimetic carriers of their viral decay of both mind and spirit. And we are infected because we decided early on to give the evildoers a pass, to let them flow beyond us, all in an effort to make them go away and to get them away from us and away from our lives. But now, my dear friend, they have pooled below us, and they are rising up from the depths to drown us, all in an attempt to equate our morality with their evil, and our humble righteousness with their intentional cruelties. And we must no longer let them live a life where what they say and what they do goes unassailed as some sort of reality, when everything they stand for is false and deeply disturbed, and not just inhuman, but non-being. And we are called to arms and asked to challenge those who wish to harm us. This is the test of our lives. What kind of life do we want? Do we want to live in fear of each other? Or do we wish to live in harmony together? Do we wish to ignore purposeful cruelty? Or do we want to fight it and beat it back into the groundwater where it belongs, sinking and buried and decaying and worm-eaten? And I am all for confronting hatred and for letting the bigots speak. But today that is not enough. Today we cannot allow the evildoers to speak and to execute and to act and to live as if what they believe is enough and rational and provincial. No, we need to let them speak and act so they may be corrected in real time. We must not allow another lie to pass as a truth. We shall not let another deception pretend to be a viable idea. We are now forced to declare our majority reality and send those who are defending against us back into the middle mind of know-nothingness and debrided envy. Yes, that is the way of the New World, where human goodness and moral righteousness are proven enemies of the wishful and the wankering. I argue today it is our human duty to stand up and to defend the best of us against the most vile of us. And we know who they are. They are proud and self-identifying, and they're standing right there in the center of our public squares and public schools and public services. And they are trying to tear down right now every last remaining bit of community goodness we've created together over the last century. And the cure, the resolution, the end game belongs to us, each of us, together and apart. The us of us, the centuries of our century. To defrock the immoral and to punish the cruel. And to bedevil the evil until a light is able to shine on us all with the warmth of human understanding and basic universal goodness. For with, and never without, into the next tomorrow. Thank you for listening. Be a human meme.